Hi everyone, it's Allen with Earthglow. Welcome back to another new video. In today's video, I'm going to be fulfilling my second ever wholesale order on Faire. Now, this is a new platform for me, and it's something that I decided to do after I saw Erica from Memory Box Candle Co. really getting into it, and I thought, I need to give this a try because I'd been really wanting to expand my wholesale. So this particular customer had ordered 24 Paris candles, and this is from our Wanderlust collection. So you just saw me taking out my custom wax blend, which I will have linked above for you guys, the video on how I formulated that. And I'll put in the description box as well, the video sharing my custom blend with you all. But they had ordered 24 of these candles, and so you saw me blending together the different waxes, and then I'm using this piston funnel now to be able to get these into the black matte jars that I use with gold electroplating. And this funnel really helps because if any of you know or use this black matte material, it can be really susceptible to getting smudges, and once you get wax on it, it can be really tough to get it off. So these particular candles use a fragrance called Bays by Stone Candles. It is a pretty pricey oil, but I'm telling you all, it's so good. And to me, it just epitomizes the Parisian aesthetic that I wanted to evoke with this candle. My best advice when you're pouring these candles in the black matte jars is just to really take your time, because even with the piston funnel, it can be so easy. It's definitely helps a lot, but it can still just be super easy to spill a little bit. I find when I just go a little bit slower and have little to nothing to clean up in terms of spills, that it actually ends up saving me time in the long run. So with these candles and with my custom blend, I do end up using the 0.04 series 0.5 inch crackling booster from Makesy, and I use about 10% fragrance load with this blend. And I do think that 10% is necessary to get the scent through, just because it has a lot of just viscous natural waxes, and the beeswax actually it doesn't help the hot throw. Let me just say that. It does have a lot of other benefits, but helping the hot throw is not one of them. So after I get these filled most of the way, I will go back around and just top all of them off so that I'm able to get them to the exact level that I want. And you're gonna see as well in this video that I actually will pack the order and just kind of go through the whole process. So when you get an order on Faire, you are able to set your terms and conditions for your fulfillment time. Our candles, the way I have it set now is that they're made to order, but I will be changing that so that it just is whatever my inventory is on hand, and I'll pre-make them, just because it can be a little overwhelming when you get an order of like a bunch of candles and you're already in a busy season and you have to fulfill that super fast. Or at least I do with the way that I have it set. So this is how the candles look after I have heat gunned them. And then I'm just gonna be showing you all, I just got an order in the mail while I was making these candles. This was from 1617. And I got a bunch of stuff from them. So little detour here. This is the natural soap base that I'm super excited to try. And then I bought some perfumer's alcohol as well. And this is just gonna be a grain alcohol. And then these are gonna be just something to try out. And then I also got some stuff from Flaming Candle In at the same time. So this is for a different wholesale customer, but they've been a wholesale client of ours for the last 2.5 years. And they always use this cashmere cedar fragrance, and they'll order like 50 candles at a time. So then this is the flannel that I also got in the redwood and cedar. I just wanted to show you guys. So back to the Faire order here. I am going ahead and labeling these with my black labels that I designed myself in online labels and also print them through online labels. I'll have the specific paper that I use on these as well as the size linked below. I think it works out really well for these jars. And it is really difficult to print the black on black, I'm not gonna lie. I've been through so much troubleshooting with it, but it's one of those things that I really like the look of, so I've just continued pursuing it. But let me know if you guys do want a video on how I make my black labels at home and print them at home. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy with how these turn out. And the final step is to add the dust covers and then get these packed up. So I usually give it 24 hours just so the wax fully solidifies before I pack. And then for a wholesale order, I do pack these similarly, but a little bit differently than a retail order. So I am just going around and making sure that the jars look perfect. And I do wear gloves for this just because I find that the fingerprints, the oil on my fingers does get on the jars a little bit, and I don't like the look of that. So I'm using some 99% rubbing alcohol and a microfiber towel just to get off any little imperfections on those jars that bother me. And I just gotta go through all the jars with the same process. And then I'm adding the final touches, which are these dust covers that I have designed myself in Canva. And then I actually cut them with my Cricut. And if you guys are interested in a tutorial on how I make these, let me know in the comments. But the way that I pack these is I just use a lot of the same packaging that I get when I purchase them retail, or wholesale I should say. I get these from Alibaba, these jars, but you can also get them from Candle Science. I've gotten them from Candle Science by the pallet as well. So I just put the little piece of paper back on, and then I will be using the bubble wrap as well that I received these with. And I do tend to be really conservative with my packaging, so you'll see that there's boxes. I use I think it's the 6x4, 6x4 boxes from Uline for these jars. I will try to put a link to the boxes below for you guys, but I find that they work perfectly for these jars, as well as my concrete vessels, the tulip vessels that I use. But I do like to put a substantial amount of crinkle paper on the top and bottom, just so that way I know that they're really well padded and protected. So let me know, have you guys done any orders on Faire? Like, have you started your business on there yet? I was really surprised when I first started using that platform just how much they do take. So if you are not familiar, they do take 15% of your total. And then they do also take $10 for each new customer. So every time someone different buys from you, they flat out take $10 as well as 15%. And then they also charge you like a fee to get it to your bank or something. So I did the slowest processing just because it was the least fee. But it still works out to be like another 1.9%. Anyways, just kind of wanted to give you some of the behind the scenes there. And I am just getting these into the boxes now. I just used 2 pieces of paper for these, and I will link the paper that I use down below. It's just recycled printer paper that I get on Amazon. And I just feel that this packaging is the most secure. I'm sure that it's more elaborate than what you'd probably need to do. I'm pretty certain of that. But it's what I'm comfortable with because I know that things are gonna have the best chance of getting there safely. So the packaging that I do for these wholesale orders is similar to my retail packaging, but you're gonna see in just a few minutes because I'm gonna show you an example retail order that they're a little bit different. So the wholesale packaging is pretty much intended to be, taken out of the boxes and put on a shelf, whereas the retail packaging, I do more of what I would consider like gift wrapping, where I will use just a fancier black tissue paper and then some black crinkle paper in the boxes. And I will also put one of my stamps on the back of the box or a fancy sticker, and I will close the box with whatever the name of the candle is. So I will put my candle label on to close the box, basically, if that makes sense. And so the wholesale is just kind of a scaled down version of the packaging that I would do for a retail order. But yeah, I absolutely love these boxes. You can sometimes get them a little bit stuck, like you can see here. You put a little too much paper, the lid oftentimes gets stuck like this, but all in all, I've been using them for like the last 3.5 years. They fit the 3-inch tulip concrete candles, as well as I put my room and linen sprays in there in the 4-ounce containers from premium vials or liquid bottles. So just really versatile. So you're gonna see how I finish these up just with our chocolates, and I like to write a little handwritten note. And then I'm just putting some biodegradable packing peanuts on the sides just so that way things do not move around in the boxes. And that is it for this wholesale order. I'm throwing in there as well some extra melts so they can try out some other scents within the Wanderlust collection. And next up, you're gonna see how similar our retail packaging is, but just a little bit more elaborate, where we'll use the black crinkle paper around the candle, as well as inside the box, there will be black tissue paper as well as black crinkle paper, but a very similar aesthetic. Anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed this video. I'm sending all of you peace, love, and light. And also, for those of you who have been ordering on the website, you literally make my day. Each time one of you places an order, I really, really, really get excited. But yeah, I'm sending all of you peace, love, and light, and I'm wishing all of you happy candle making.